Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, the 17th of February, and I have been reselling all day long. You guys, I am so exhausted. I did go back to bed after waking up at 3 o'clock this morning, around 7:30, and slept until 9:30. So I did get my nap in, and now I've been working ever since, and it's afternoon time. My son is here and he's got his friend over. They're having a slumber party. And I've been so thankful that he has his friend over and they are playing games and they're leaving me alone. So I'm getting a lot of work done today. And I think I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I've had groceries that I've had to put away today, and I've had to clean up the kitchen. I still have a lot to do. I still have dishes to do. And we've just been relaxing. But in that relaxing this weekend, we have made a mess. And I say we, I mean me, mostly. And so, yeah, I've got a lot to do still tonight. But it is only Saturday afternoon. So, to show you what I've got going on here. And don't judge. Don't judge. You guys remember seeing my garage the way it was, all filled up to the top of the ceiling. You know, I didn't have my reselling stuff for 9 months a couple years ago when my husband filed for divorce, and so I've had to start all over from scratch. And then this time last year, I had a broken arm that I was healing from, so I am just now, a year after my broken arm, being able to start over the reselling from scratch, carrying tons of boxes up and down these stairs in my apartment. It's been no fun on my knees. It's been no fun on the lack of strength I have now, but I am working on a better me. I'm working on starting over. And I am feeling love, and I'm feeling happiness and joy in my life. So now I'm able to do those things that God is calling me to do. And reselling is one of them. So it's going to be a full-time job eventually. I have to work really, really hard the next couple of months. I am hoping by spring to be making enough money for it to be a full-time job. So with that said, I have to work. And the problem is, when you live in an apartment, even though I have a townhouse type style of an apartment, I don't have room. I don't have room for a full-on business. I don't have space. I did have a flea market booth at one time, and that helped a lot getting all of my inventory out in the public, you know, and have reselling on the side. However, the rent for my flea market booth was just too much for me to handle, and I was making enough money to pay my rent on my booth, but I wasn't making a profit on my sales. So I closed that off, and I am now having to start all over from scratch again. I had a storage unit at one time. Again, rent is too high, and factoring in gas prices to get back and forth to the storage unit, and winter, you know, going in the cold, I just didn't feel like doing that anymore. So I closed that down, brought everything home. So yes, it has been a disaster around here trying to organize all of my things. I have shown you recently that I am starting to put my office inventory all in my closet, in my bedroom. And now I am going to be making space this weekend on a wall for more boxes. I have ordered more boxes. So I am going to show you that here in a minute. But I have been listing all day long. On Poshmark, I have 400 and something items now. And on eBay, I think I have 300 and something items now. Mercari, I still only have about 50. Not spending a lot of time on Mercari because it's more difficult for shipping items off of Mercari website. But you guys, I'm just so super happy that I am getting things done. I have started this reselling from scratch in February, and I am already making sales. As a matter of fact, I've made a sale of an item I cannot find, once again, because I am so unorganized. So starting over from scratch, I am getting more organized this time around. Every item is going into a baker box, file style box, and it is all labeled. I have gone through the alphabet. I have duplicate letters, but they are all in one place in my closet. So now I can find them. If I have two P's, I have two P's. If I have two J's, I have two J's. But at least I can look through box J, you know, and I can find it. So I'm hoping that this weekend, I have no kids, that I will be able to go through my closet boxes, make sure all that inventory that is listed is in those boxes, and get rid of the duplicates. Change the duplicates to JJ. So I'm going to double up the letters on those boxes in inventory in my closet in my bedroom. So on the wall, I am starting with numbers. Box 1, 2, 3, and 4 I have done today. I am getting ready to start on box number 5. In my garage, I have about 12 of these blue bags from IKEA. These bags I had in storage. I am looking through these bags for the inventory, especially that sale that I made already. All these items are in bags. All these items have been listed at one time. They are no longer listed. So now I am going to have to relist every item. You guys, this bag is completely full of items that I'm having to relist. In the relisting, I am having to retake pictures of every item. You guys, this is taking forever. In the near future, I am wanting to do such a better job of organization and listing. These items now are wrinkled because they've been in bag, they've been in storage, they have been piled upon. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. And I am looking for that shirt that I sold. So, I am working really, really hard at this, you guys. And I know it's going to take time. I'm trying to give myself grace and not get too upset about all this work I have to do. But I am working on it. I have done about 12 boxes out of my garage this weekend already, being just Saturday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I am getting somewhere. I have a tub that is a regular Rubbermaid tub that's clear, full of pants. You guys, pants are the most difficult to take pictures of. I am going to go up to my room later this evening, clean up my bedroom, try to make sure everything is organized, and go through my computer and see if any of these items are already on my computer that have pictures. There were a lot of times I just deleted the pictures off my phone. So that's why I'm having to redo all these pictures again, because I didn't save them on my laptop when I went through my divorce, when I was married and I was listing items. I had over 500 items, and I had started making the money. The more I was listing, the more money I was making. When I was married, I was making about $350 a month. And so it took me about 6 months to get to that point. So I'm giving myself a 3 to 6 month leeway because I'm starting over from scratch, yes, but I do know what I'm doing now. When I was doing this the first time around, when I was married, I had no clue what I was doing. Everything I'm doing with reselling, I'm teaching myself. The listing, the pictures, what to purchase, what to get, what to list. Honestly, I'm listing everything again right now. Unless it is something that has a stain on it or a rip, I'm just throwing those items away. But I am listing everything I have. And that's because I don't want to spend money shopping on inventory. I don't care about the brands. I did buy a lot of palettes when I was married. This item is one right here. It was a Isabel maternity dress that I have. It was in a palette. It's from Target. It's brand new. The sale price on clearance was $17, so I know this was a $20-something item. I am going to be able to sell this now as a new item still with tags, but I've had it for 3 years, you guys, 3 years. And so I'm starting all over from scratch. I have ordered more boxes. Like I said, those file boxes, I have put together 6 of them already. Here is another set of another 6 more. These are the file boxes, you guys. I am loving these baker boxes, is what they're called. And they're great for reselling. I highly recommend getting these. They're stackable and they're easy to keep everything in the poly bags and then put them in the baker box to keep everything nice and neat for your inventory. Let me show you how to put one of these together real quick. It's very simple. You just open it up. There is the lid right here attached to each box. You just rip it off, and then we can set that aside. And then they're labeled 1, 2, 2, 2. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold down number 1, and you're going to push it all the way through, okay? All the way through, so it looks like that. Then you're going to take the perforated sides, number 2, number 2, and you're going to take them and fold them. You're going to take them and fold them into the box. So when you tip it over, you've got number 1, that you're going to move to the front, and then number 2 side you're going to pull up, number 2 side you're going to pull up that way, and then you're going to take that number 1 that is folded right here, and you're going to push it flat, and there's your box. And then these boxes have handles. You can punch those through right there, and you got that. So now onto the lid. You fold it. You fold it like this, and then you just fold it over. You just fold it over, and there's little slits for the lid to go. And then do it again right here. And there's your lid. So now I'm going to take my magic marker and I'm going to put box number 5 because that's the one I'm getting ready to start. Box number 5. And sometimes I do it a couple times just so I can make sure it's very noticeable what number of box I am under. Box number 5 right there. So this is what I'm doing as far as keeping track of everything. So again, all these I'm going to be taking pictures of, and I'm going to be posting and listing and I still cannot find that item that I'm looking for in this bag. It's got to be around in this house somewhere, probably in one of these blue bags down in the garage. I probably have another 12 more of these down there, so I'm gonna be looking. I know at some point I was selling items, I couldn't find them after I sold them. I had to give tons of refunds when my husband kept all my stuff for 9 months after our separation. During our divorce, I had to wait for those 9 months in order to get my items, and reselling was just something that I had to shut down at that time. God has really spoken to me about how I need to keep doing what I'm doing as a Christian. I need to work really hard as a daycare worker full-time, but I also need another full-time job to make ends meet and to supply what I need just to live in the apartment I'm living in. And so God really has laid it on my heart now to start my reselling business back up and running. And it is by the grace of God, He really has supplied all of our needs, even though I have been financially broke. I have been going down to like $5 in my checking account, you guys. I just want to be transparent with you. That is how broke I am. It takes everything I make at the daycare to pay our bills where we are. And I'm feeling very blessed with my daycare job. This is something when I have downtime on my lunch break or when the kids are at school and I have an hour to myself before I go into work, I can do my reselling. Something else that I have done to make my business model a whole lot better this time around is I have purchased this new steamer. I am not doing the steaming on the article of clothing that I have now that are in these bags. It would just take way too long. And since everything is in poly mailers already, like this puffer jacket right here, I am going to have to now take everything out of their bags and steam them, and it's just too much for me to do. So, as I am buying new inventory, I will be steaming with the new steamer, and I will do a review on this once I start steaming clothes with this item. Got this on Amazon. The Baker boxes are $23 right now on Amazon for 6 boxes. That's it. So I have had to spend some money that I don't have to help store the things that I have. This weekend, once everything is listed, I plan on running sales. And I am going to try to flip this inventory as fast as I can. Even though I will not be making very much money at the beginning, the more sales, the more my items will be seen by the individuals who are interested in those items on each platform. And I have been receiving 5-star ratings again. When I was going through my divorce, I was getting really bad reviews of items not being shipped because my husband had all my things. So I'm super excited about having this business model that I can redo and start over from scratch. It is kind of nice to be able to start over from scratch. So when I was married, I had all my inventory in a shed in the backyard. I also had our whole garage completely full of inventory. Right now, I have my closet full, and I'm starting on one wall in my bedroom. I do have vaulted ceilings in my bedroom, so I'm hoping to go all the way up to the ceiling if I need to. However, I'm going to have to get a ladder to get to those boxes, and so I cannot make it that tall. I'm short, and so I'm going to have to slowly turn my whole bedroom probably into a office and storage bedroom for my things. And I'm probably going to have to end up moving my bedroom back downstairs to my living room eventually. So as I'm working through this process, I'm slowly just keeping my bedroom as an office, and I do have my bed still in there to sleep in my dresser. But I would like to have a full-time reselling business that I am starting from scratch. So there's a lot going on. I have these 6 boxes I need to put together real quick. I have a couple boxes that are ready to go upstairs. We've already taken about 6 boxes up there to the bedroom to put away, and about 3 tubs of things that have been listed. So I'm super excited about the progress that I'm doing with my reselling, being 1 month into it and starting over from scratch. So I just want to share this journey with you guys. I want to be very transparent with my goals. And what is really sad about all of this is I know I can do it because I was doing it when I was married, and I wasn't even trying. I was taking care of kids and a husband and a home, and reselling was a hobby, something fun. I started BlessedBeTheGift because I wanted to make crafts and I wanted to sell my crafts. And I had a she shed, 1971 Nomad camper that my husband had bought for me for my birthday. In our divorce, he took it and he sold it. And I'm supposed to have that as a reselling office out on my property, but he took that from me in our divorce, and I don't have an office space. I don't have the storage unit anymore. I don't have the things that I need to run a successful business. But I'm going to tell you, when there's a will, there is a way. And you have to have that motivation. You have to have that willingness to sacrifice to make things work. In a broken marriage, you have to have that willingness to love your spouse no matter what is causing the divorce, to work it out. You have to have that communication. You have to have that hard work in a marriage to keep your marriage strong. And same with the business model. You got to work hard. You got to spend time together. You got to work on what you have to do to get those items listed. And I'm going to focus my divorce as a single Christian mom, and I'm going to turn around and focus it in onto my business. I have a lot of goals with my children I want to do as a single mom. And the only way I'm going to be able to do those goals is if I have the money, the income coming in. So, you guys, there's a lot going on in my life right now as a Christian single mom. I wanted to share this journey with you guys. And I want to encourage you that you can find a way to make it. Even when you are down to one income and you don't make much money and you are alone and you're single. So I hope this is encouraging to you guys, and I would love to be able to share what God is doing in my life as I'm moving forward as a full-time reseller. So as of right now, part-time, starting from scratch, and I know that God is going to give me what I need to make this a successful business. And so keep watching out for all the new changes with the reselling side of my life. I have a lot of ideas going on of things I want to do as far as reselling. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope this is encouraging to you guys. Bye.